Good morning, everybody. We will start with a broadcast section that's got no embargo, followed by an embargo section for 10:30 p.m. tonight. Please raise your hand if you'd like to ask a question. Due to the time constraints, we'll ask for one plus a follow-up so we can get through as many in the time we have, and no live tweeting in the broadcast section. Gary Cottrell, do you want to start us off, please?
Yes, good morning. Good morning, Antonio. Thanks for your time. Could we get the latest these days? It's injury news and COVID news affecting the squad, please.
In this moment, no news. Also because yesterday we had a day off, and Romero is injured, and Sessegnon is injured. No news at the moment.
So just to clarify on that, the COVID outbreak, have you got all the players back now and no new cases so far?
No, and we don't have new cases of COVID, and no, all the players are back in training.
And there was a meeting yesterday on this issue, on player welfare, on the fixture congestion, about 5 subs as well. Just generally with the Premier League, were you at that meeting, and what was discussed, and how do you feel about the pressure on players in this period?
If I have to be honest, I think that it was a meeting that yeah, I mean, we tried to speak, and some coaches try to speak and to ask about solution, but I think that everything was decided, and I think yesterday, and it was a wall, and for this reason also I prefer to don't go into the discussion, the conversation.
It's a waste of time.
I think so.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
But I, as I said to you before, because when you have a wall in front of you, and you can speak, you can ask what you want, but everything was every decision was taken.
Thanks, Gary. Pete Colley, please.
Hiya, Antonio. Have you done anything different this week to keep the spirits high amongst your players? How have you kept people happy?
But for sure, this Christmas period is a period that make you happy, make you happy, and to live Christmas, I think is an amazing period for many persons. And in England, you live this period with football. I think that maybe we are one of the few countries that decided to play in this period and don't give holiday. And for this reason, I think that you can enjoy in one hand because you can celebrate and to stay with your family, but in other hand, and you have to pay attention to prepare the game, to live football in this period. And for sure, this is a great experience. I lived this experience in my past, and I enjoyed a lot. And now I'm living again, and the spirit must be happy, and because the period, I think for me is a fantastic, is an amazing period during Christmas.
It must have been really pleasing to see Harry Kane score against Liverpool, but was it a happy Harry Kane that you found when you first joined Tottenham?
Yeah, but Harry and showed me great availability and showed me to be involved totally in Tottenham project, and I see him every day, and I see that he's happy. He leaves the training ground. He leaves the dressing room, and he lives during the training session in a fantastic way. And I'm happy. I'm happy for what I'm seeing every day.
And finally, from me, has Patrick Vieira surprised you that he's become a good manager, and especially in the Premier League?
No, I'm not surprised, because Patrick Vieira was a fantastic midfielder, and usually midfielder, when you are midfielder, and then you have more possibility to become a manager, because for the position that you play during the game, and you see both situations, offensively and defensively, and Patrick, and I was sure that he could become a really good manager. He's doing very well, and I'm happy for him.
Buon
Thanks,
Natale.
Pete.
Buon Natale. Grazie.
George Cummins, please.
Thanks, Anthony. Antonio, hello. I just wondered, on this Premier League meeting, can you tell us what you said you wanted, and where are you going to play all these matches that Tottenham have got to play, because you've got so many games now?
Yeah, but now, and we are our next feature are against Crystal Palace, and then Southampton, and then Watford, and we don't know next plan and next games, when we are going to play the games that we have to Premier League decided to postpone.
And just on the Premier League meeting, I know there was a captain's meeting yesterday. I believe Hugo Lloris was on it. Can you tell us how he felt? Was he disappointed when he left the captain's meeting?
No, I didn't understand. No, only manager yesterday, only manager, and the Premier League. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Merry Christmas.
Sorry.
Thanks, George. Rob Guest, please.
Antonio. Giovanni Lo Celso's been on the bench the past couple of games, but he's not come on. Is he someone you're looking to play over the festive period, because he's only played in 2 games under you so far?
But Giovanni was injured, and if you remember, during the period with the national team, and Romero and Giovanni Lo Celso came back injured, and Romero is still injured, and Giovanni is trying to have a good training session to improve his physical condition, and then to be ready to play with us, and that's all.
Where do you see his best position in your Tottenham setup? Because since he's been at the club, he just seems to have played in a number of different roles.
But he can play as a midfielder, and if we decided to play with the 3 midfielders, so he can play as number 10 if we decide to play with the 2 number 10 and 1 striker.
Thanks, Rob. Dan Kilpatrick, please.
Hi, Antonio.
Hey.
A month ago, after the Mura game, you said the level wasn't so high and things weren't so simple at Tottenham. I wondered now, do you feel the level is already much higher? And have you been surprised by how quickly you've been able to raise the level?
But for sure, when I speak and I tell something and I don't change my opinion, but at the same time, and I have to try to improve the situation in every aspect. And I always say that to improve the level of the Tottenham team, we need to improve the level of single players. And the only way that I know to work with my players, to improve my players. I don't complain about situation that could be positive or negative, but when I spoke, I said something, and it was my opinion. But at the same time, and we are working very well. We are working every day in a hard way to try to improve every single player, because this is the only way to improve the level of Tottenham. But I think the gap with many teams exists, and we have to know this. And this shouldn't be an alibi for us, an excuse, but only it must be a boost to try to give more and more.
Thanks.
Thanks, Dan. George Sessions, please.
Hi, Antonio. You just mentioned about playing Palace on Boxing Day, and then 2 days later you've got Southampton. Is it almost impossible for the players to be playing 2 games in 3 days? And are you fearing that you're going to get injuries during that little period?
Yeah, and it's not easy. It's not easy for us. It's not easy for all the teams, and to play after only 1 day is not simple, and you have to manage the situation very well, because the risk to lose players for injuries, and I think this we have to pay great attention, especially my team, and because don't forget that we had half team, half squad with COVID, and in the previously in the press conferences I said that when you take COVID and then you have to live with this situation for 2-3 weeks after you finish, no, to have COVID, and we have to try to manage the situation very well, and because for sure physically and a bit the players with COVID they are not 100% fit, and but we must be ready. And for sure, in these 2 games, we try to rotate the players to find a good balance, a good solution. Also, because then we want to have a good result, and not only to play 2 games.
And just a follow up from me, it was this period a couple of years ago that Harry Kane injured his hamstring. Are you looking at him, and I know you've previously said that you almost need him to play every game, but are you looking at him and fearing a little bit if he does have to play these 3 games and 90 minutes in all of them as well?
Yeah, I know this, and it's difficult to think that yeah, it's difficult to start the game, no, without Harry, because I think he's a point of reference in our team. For sure, these days I speak with him, I speak with the players because I want to understand very well which is the real physical condition. If there is someone that has a bit of fatigue, and it will be very important to have a good chat with the players because we have to manage this period. That this period is not easy, but not only for us, but for all the teams in the Premier League.
Final one in this section, Sungmo Lee, please.
Hello, Antonio.
Hello.
My question is a little bit similar with Dan's, but let me ask you in a different way. The Tottenham fans are very happy to see there are many players such as Ben Davies, Harry Winks, Eric Dyer, who was developed much better since you arrived Tottenham. So can you tell me how did you make them a better player in a short period of time, and what's the next step for them, do you think?
The next step for sure has to continue to improve, and next step this is next step to continue to work and to improve tactically, physically, technically, and I think we have space for improvement, and the most important thing is to continue to have this commitment, this will, this desire to improve themselves, and this is the most important thing for us, because as I said before, and if we want to improve the level of the team and our level in the team, and we need to improve the level of a single player, and if we are able to do this, and for sure we are going to become stronger than now or than the past.